So here we have Easy Drummer 2's interface, and as promised, I am going to be talking about editing your drum loops. Before, we just had a simple overview as to what the thing can do and hooking it up to your MIDI controller to make work much lighter and much easier. But now we're going to get into editing the drum sounds, right? So as you can see, I've got a little loop here. So let's play the loop real quick. Right, so you know that. So let's go into the second one here. So I'm using my mouse to select that loop. Okay. And I'm going to set the loop to that actual section right here. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to click on Edit Play Style. Now here's where it gets real interesting. Okay. So let's see what we got here. We have got the instruments that are actually playing the loop. The power hand is the busy hand, basically. So the power hand is always going to be assigned to the hi-hat. But if you want to, in fact, let's just play that section. Sorry, my bad. I've got to put it to the loop. Let's put it to the loop. Okay, right. So let's play that. So you can see what instruments is played and where, okay? Right, so I can take the power hand, right, the busy hand, and assign it to any part of the drum kit that I want to. So if I want to just do a ride, as it were, I can take that. Yeah, let's move it to right here, okay? And play the ride. Watch the ride and see what it does. Okay? So you can assign the power hand to wherever on the drum kit you want to basically assign it to. That's the beauty of Easy Drummer 2. It doesn't give you bog standard, rigid, uniformed drum loops to work with. You can customize it to any way you want to do it, right? So it's not only one part of the ride you can play. You can basically play on the bell, which is this part here, right in the middle. That's the bow. That's the bell, okay? So let's see how that sounds. Okay, so we got that. Right, so you can basically copy and paste the same loop but add different power hands to different parts of the drum kit. So it sounds natural. It just sounds very natural for the drummer to move it from the hi-hat to the ride. And that is what I love about this, okay? So, yeah, so let's keep the power hand to that. And let's come out of that. So what you're gonna find is that when we extend the loop back to where it was, start from the beginning, it's going to play the hi-hat first as the power hand, and then it's going to play the ride bell on the second one to give you a bit of differentiation to it. So here we go. Watch the ride. And then the loop starts again. Now, okay, so we've established that the ride is basically playing on this section here. But here where it gets more interesting again. Let's just play it one more time. Yeah, da, 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 da. Right. So we're going to go into this section here, right click it, edit play style. Right. So we're going to go to the power hand, which is on the ride, which shows it here. So any instrument you tap on, it will basically highlight it there and give you different options. But we're going to keep it simple. So with the power hand, this is what we're going to do. So we're going to alter the algorithms of how the power hand is playing. Okay. So as you can see, you might see just about the tiny dots which are highlighted here, which shows how many times the power hand is hitting the bell, right, at the top here. So we can change the amount that it's playing, right, by doing it like this. So I'm going to press play. And that's all it's going to play right through. But here on the jog wheel here, I'm going to click on the plus sign and it's going to increase the amount of hits that it's playing. So remember, before then we had, and that's what it's playing, right? So now we're going to increase it. Hear what it's playing now. Okay, so that sounds like a nice variation, right? So what I want to do now, I want to change the amount of time the kick gets played. So let me just click on the click and do the same thing with that. So what you're hearing is, and that's all you're hearing straight, right? So I'm going to increase the algorithms, right, by playing more hits. So this is what it sounds like now. Okay, so as well as that, right, you can increase or decrease the velocity, right? So with the power hand, the ride, I've increased the algorithms on that, but I want to decrease the velocity. So let's MIDI learn that button. Oh, I can't MIDI learn that button. Okay, no worries. I just have to do it with the mouse. So let's just move it down here and see how that plays. So you can hardly hear it. Increase the velocity, decrease it, or you can actually use your mouse wheel if you've got one on your mouse. There you go, look, using the mouse wheel right there. Okay, so yeah, so that's how you can edit your instruments. And also by doing so, you can change the style of your playing by just copying and pasting the same groove, but editing it step by step. So when you play the whole thing down the timeline, once you've edited it really concisely, it just sounds flawless, sounds seamless. So let's come out of that. Okay, and let's go back, extend the loop to the beginning, to the top, and play it from the top. Right, so let's come out of that. Okay, so that is how you edit your drum sounds. Okay, so next up we are going to go into actually finding a drum pattern by using the tap to play function. So with that, back to the studio.